Hello my friends, today is a special day. As you can see by the box in front of me here, we're going to be taking a look at a new Seiko. Now this one is the Seiko SPB187. Let's unbox this baby. Alright, and this is the standard white box of choice. There you got all your paperwork, your warranty card, instruction booklet, the boring stuff until you need them, right? So let's take a look at this watch here. We'll open up the box. And here we go. Um, yes, let's get this plastic off so we can take a much better look at this. This SPB187 is the latest introduction from Seiko for Seiko dive watches. This has been a phenomenal year, 2020. They've released so many variants of dive watches, and they kind of threw this one at the end of the year here, and the beginning of 2021. We're starting to see some of these out, and this model here is based on the 1968 model. It's not exact to it, but it is inspired by the 1968 model. This year we had a lot with the 1965 model, the reinterpretations of it, and now this one, the 68. They did the 68 before in 2018 and 2019, but this model is slightly different than that. This model took inspiration from the 68 model, which is 6159-7001, that was made in 1968, and in 2020 they did the high beat version, which celebrated the 55th anniversary. This model here has got a beautiful blue and the black bezel as well. Now this watch, beautiful, and it's a familiar design because the 68 one, it's got the good roots to it, but it's a little bit sleeker, a little slimmer, and they changed the movement on us here with this one too. They upgraded the movement a little bit. With the new movement, you've got the 70-hour power reserve movement. If you got the other models that came out in 2018, 2019, those have the other movement, which doesn't feature the 70 hours. They're only a 40-hour power reserve, I believe. But this is a caliber 6R35. Last year and this year, this movement, the 6R35, seems to be the movement of choice for their mid-range watches. Watches, around $900 or above usually have this type of movement in it. We're seeing from Seiko lately. And you can see crisp clear, it's a dive watch. You got the sword-like hands. They keep everything very dive-like and pretty classic in most of the design here. But I do like that upgrade of the 6R35. I have one of the models myself that came out in 2019, and I like that extra, the 70-hour power reserve. It's 24 joules. And this watch is a dive watch, ISO tested, and it follows the ISO standards, so it's suitable for scuba diving, and it's a 200-meter watch. And here, where I'm, talking about these, we're out of the Florida Keys, and we know our diving here. So if a dive watch does not work well, I hear about it right away. So one reason we love Seiko is because they make phenomenal dive watches, great lume on them and everything. Fantastic. The crystal here, because this is one of their nicer models, this is a sapphire crystal, and it's got the anti-reflective coating on the inner surface of it. Now the blue dial it's kind of got a sheen to it, the blue sheen to it, and the black. It's a little different than any of the other models, but it's really handsome altogether. And the rotating bezel is black one-way rotating bezel. And of course it's got the screw down crown and case back. So again, this was based on the 1968 model, and this is the newest interpretation of it with the brand new movement in it. Well, it's a movement they've had, but new for the 68 line. You find them in the Sumos and some of the 65s that came out the past year. So it's got a trifold push button release clasp that we saw earlier. and secure lock and extender. So let's take a look at this watch on the wrist, and here we go. So yeah, here's the watch on the wrist, and looks great. You know, not too big, not too small. The case size of this watch is 42 millimeters, and my wrist size is a 7.5-inch wrist, so you guys can get some idea on how it would look on you. So yeah, no, it's really comfortable. You can see it on me there. Seiko in general mostly designs, you know, great cases. The cases kind of, you know, they fit onto the wrist just right. You know, that they feel really good. You can see the blue here in the sunlight. It is phenomenal, and the black, you know, it's nice, you know, it looks legible with the numbers there. You know, the contrast with the blue. So overall, a great looking watch. Yeah, another good addition here. And the thickness of this guy here is 12.45 millimeters. This year's been a phenomenal year for Seiko. 2020, you know, we had the pandemic going on, but Seiko keeps chugging along, producing some great, fantastic watches. It's going to be interesting going into 2021 now. What are the new watches that Seiko will be releasing, because they've made so many different variant colors in the 68 and the 65, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. Here we can see it at night. You got some great lume on, like most Seiko dive watches. Easy to read, nice to read when you're underwater as well. So I'd like to take the time to thank everyone for listening and watching this video. It's always fun to make these, and I appreciate you guys for listening the whole time. Please check us out at DePaulas.com, and please like and subscribe. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one. Have a good day. Have a good week. Have a good month. Let's have a good year in 2021. So